The story begins in a strange and mysterious world hidden thousands of kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. It's a place where danger exists everywhere from the skies above to the deepest waters filled with terrifying creatures. In this world, we are introduced to its guardian King Kong, who arrives at the edge of a lake with a small monkey. But he has no idea that he's about to walk straight into a carefully planned trap. The small monkey quickly senses that something dangerous is lurking beneath the surface of the lake. Even then, he deliberately provokes Kong to step into the water. However, his clever trick doesn't stay hidden for long. Kong simply sniffs the air and instantly realizes that today, he's about to get a worthy hunt. Without saying a word, Kong calmly steps into the lake and begins to bathe as if nothing is wrong. Meanwhile, the small monkey grows nervous, worried that his plan might be exposed, so he pretends to drink water. Suddenly a strange creature rushes toward them at incredible speed. While bathing, Kong senses the danger too. The moment he turns around, a massive dragon lunges at him with its jaws wide open. Seeing this, the small monkey realizes his plan has worked and quickly runs toward the shore to save himself. On land, Kong has defeated every kind of enemy, but facing a creature like this in water is something new. As he tries to understand its movements, the dragon suddenly drags him deep into the lake. What it doesn't realize is just how dangerous Kong becomes when he's angry. The small monkey, on the other hand, believes he has finally escaped Kong forever. But in the very next moment, Kong's massive weapon crashes right in front of him. Before the monkey can even react, Kong throws the severed head of the dragon at his feet. Terrified, the monkey expects Kong to punish him, but instead Kong does nothing. He simply picks up his axe and signals him to move forward. What the monkey doesn't know is that Kong has been wandering alone in this world for thousands of years, searching for someone like himself. He is constantly hungry, and packs of deadly wolves often chase and harass him. Whenever the wolves surround him, Kong manages to escape using powerful leaps. But this time, the pack refuses to give up. They continue to close in from all sides. Eventually, Kong reaches the edge of a deep cliff with no way out. Left with no choice, he turns around and prepares to fight. The wolves think this will be an easy hunt. But they have no idea that Kong has already set a trap. The moment one wolf leaps forward, the trap is triggered instantly, and the wolf falls straight into it. As it drops, sharp wooden spikes pierce right through its body. Seizing the opportunity, Kong lifts a massive tree trunk and throws it into the pit. One by one, the traps activate, and huge rocks come crashing down from the mountains, trapping the wolves that try to escape. Even after the dust settles, a few surviving wolves still refuse to back down. Enraged, Kong grabs one of them and brutally tears it into two pieces, displaying his raw strength. Witnessing this terrifying sight, the remaining wolves tuck their tails and flee in fear. Even after a successful hunt, there was no happiness on King Kong's face. The rotten tooth inside his mouth was causing him unbearable pain, disturbing his peace again and again. Meanwhile, a small lizard was silently watching the moment. As soon as it saw an opportunity, it quickly grabbed a piece of meat and tried to escape. Kong instantly reacted and lunged to stop it, but at that exact moment, a loud roar echoed from a distance. The sound coming from the valley made him pause. He felt as if someone familiar was calling out to him. Without thinking twice, he rushed toward the direction of the sound. But when he arrived, all he found was a strange frog making the same type of sound. After years of wandering, he was still completely alone, and the loneliness was slowly breaking him from within. Eventually, the pain in his tooth forced him to seek help from humans. Even though he didn't want to, he entered the human world. As soon as he arrived, Kong collapsed on a mountain and waited for help. Luckily, a group of scientists spotted him. But frightened by his size, they immediately used heavy anesthesia for safety, causing him to lose consciousness. After that, they called in the most famous dentist in the city. Without wasting time, the dentist tightly secured the rotten tooth using strong steel wires. In the process, a terrible smell spread from Kong's mouth, making everyone step back in disgust. Once everything was ready and the spacecraft took off, a powerful jolt occurred and Kong's massive tooth was finally pulled out. When Kong regained consciousness, he realized something incredible had happened. His old damaged tooth had been replaced with a solid titanium one. With this new upgrade, he felt a surge of strength like he could defeat anyone now. But suddenly, an emergency signal arrived from Kong's world, shocking everyone in the lab. Without hesitation, a rescue team was formed, and the mission began immediately. They entered the portal along with Kong, which led directly to his world. As they moved forward, their spacecraft was pulled downward at high speed, and within moments, they re-entered the mysterious world. After returning home, Kong discovered that his food had been stolen. He immediately grabbed his axe and climbed up a rocky cliff. There, he noticed a deep crack emitting a faint blue glow. Curious, he jumped straight into the depths without hesitation. Inside the darkness, his axe began to glow on its own. In the light, he saw strange glowing stones all around, reacting to the energy. Suddenly, a terrifying roar echoed from far away. Following the sound, Kong crossed a waterfall and entered a hidden world. As he moved deeper, a strange smell pulled him forward. Out of nowhere, a massive shadow appeared in front of him. Kong instantly prepared for battle, raising his axe. But as the shadow got closer, it slowly began to shrink. And then the truth was revealed: it wasn't a monster at all, but a small innocent monkey with yellow fur. For the first time in thousands of years, Kong saw someone like himself. He slowly lowered his weapon and bent down in peace, extending his hand to show friendship. He thought the small monkey would be happy too. But suddenly, the monkey bit him hard. Angered but still unwilling to lose the only similar being he had found, Kong chased after it. But suddenly, a terrifying presence appeared behind him. Kong turned and was shocked to see a giant bald gorilla, almost his own size. As he stepped forward, two long-armed gorillas jumped from behind and slammed him to the ground. Their expressions made it clear they came here to fight. Now Kong was ready too. He grabbed a rock and struck one of them directly. The battle erupted instantly. The bald gorilla attacked in rage, but Kong outsmarted him and knocked him down as well. Within moments, all of them were on the ground. Even the bald gorilla couldn't handle Kong's axe and ended up defeated. Just as Kong was about to pick up his weapon again, the small monkey rushed at him once more. This time, Kong grabbed it and used it like a weapon, beating the remaining gorillas with it. Even though they knew they couldn't defeat him, they kept attacking one after another. During the chaos, one gorilla accidentally fell into a cliff. Kong quickly grabbed him and pulled him up. But instead of showing gratitude, the gorilla picked up a knife and attacked Kong. This enraged Kong. He kicked him hard and sent him back into the deep cliff. Seeing this, the bald gorilla panicked and ran away. Kong threw a rock that hit him directly, but he still escaped. After that, Kong pulled the small monkey out from the trees and slammed it to the ground. He then picked up the fallen knife and signaled the monkey to guide him to the gorilla base. Forced to obey, the monkey started walking ahead while Kong followed behind. As they moved deeper into the forest, dangerous creatures appeared everywhere. What looked like a peaceful place was actually full of hidden death. Trying to escape, the monkey led him toward the territory of a giant dragon. But what it didn't know was Kong was not someone who could be tricked for long. Suddenly, a massive dragon appeared in front of them. But Kong didn't hesitate. Within minutes, he took it down and calmly sat down, beginning to eat it. The small monkey wanted to come closer to him, but fear held it back. Seeing its condition, King Kong broke off a piece of meat himself and held it out toward the monkey. Even then, the little monkey couldn't fully trust him. Watching this, Kong grew slightly annoyed and tossed the meat onto the ground as if saying, "Eat it if you want, or don't." Starving and desperate, the monkey quickly grabbed the meat and began eating. With every bite, its perspective slowly started to change. It began to realize that Kong wasn't as dangerous as it had first imagined. Gathering courage, it slowly moved closer and sat beside him. For a moment, the two sat together in silence. The scene felt almost peaceful, like a father quietly sharing a calm moment with his child. But neither of them had any idea that as they moved deeper ahead, danger was rapidly closing in on them. As they ventured further, Kong finally came across others of his own kind. But the sight broke his heart. They were living in terrible conditions, forced into hard labor, their lives no better than living in hell. At that moment, an old monkey accidentally dropped a stone. Enraged, a gorilla began brutally beating him. Seeing this, Kong couldn't hold himself back. He slammed his axe into the ground and rushed forward, pulling the old monkey away to protect him. A guard immediately charged toward Kong in anger, warning him not to interfere. But Kong's courage sparked something among the others. Hope began to rise. Meanwhile, the bald gorilla who had previously escaped was watching everything. Without wasting a second, he rushed to report it all to his king, Skar King. The moment Skar King heard this, his rage exploded. As he rose from his throne, every monkey in his path bowed before him. Everyone except Kong, who stood his ground without fear. Skar King studied him closely, then laughed upon seeing the steel tooth in Kong's mouth. But in the very next moment, to vent his anger, he kicked a helpless monkey straight into the boiling lava. That was it. Kong's anger reached its peak. To assert his dominance, Skar King pulled out his weapon and prepared to teach Kong a lesson. Kong immediately raised his axe, and a fierce battle broke out between the two. Using the advantage of his long-range weapon, Skar King launched sudden attacks, giving Kong no time to recover. With the crystal embedded in his weapon, he struck Kong repeatedly. Enraged, Kong charged straight at him. In terms of raw strength, Skar King couldn't match Kong, so he kept his distance and attacked relentlessly, forcing Kong to slowly fall back. During the chaos, Kong's axe slipped from his hand and hit the ground. Seizing the moment, Skar King wrapped his weapon around Kong's neck, trying to overpower him. For a moment, it seemed like the fight was over. But suddenly, Kong unleashed all his strength, lifting Skar King and slamming him violently into the ground. Within seconds, Kong had him pinned down. That's when Skar King decided to reveal his true power. As the crystal in his weapon began to glow, the gorillas quickly blocked the lava flow by dropping massive rocks. At that exact moment, glowing eyes appeared from deep within a dark cave. The burning ground suddenly began to freeze. And from the darkness emerged a terrifying titan, Shimo, the very creature that once froze the entire world. Skar King immediately ordered Shimo to attack Kong. But Shimo didn't look willing. As pressure was forced upon it, the creature writhed in pain and was forced to obey. Kong reacted instantly, leaping away and narrowly dodging the first strike. He tried to defend himself with his axe, but against Shimo's overwhelming power, his efforts began to fail. Within moments, his arm started freezing, slowly turning into ice. The sudden attack severely injured his right arm, leaving him weakened. Seeing his chance, Skar King ordered the final blow. Just as the next attack was about to land, the small monkey appeared from behind, frantically pointing toward a tunnel, signaling Kong to run. At the same time, Shimo attacked again. Kong didn't hesitate. He turned and rushed straight into the tunnel. But the danger was far from over. Hundreds of hostile monkeys were now chasing him.